What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So first question, let's get right in there. Why didn't you trust Jack? Well, I hope that you are all doing splendid and you're having a happy holidays. I wanted to put this games Q&A out during a time where we just don't know what we're doing. You know those like few days where it's after Christmas and you're just like, okay, what's happening? When's New Year's coming? When am I starting my life again? I wanted us to have this to watch, so hopefully it's something that will be entertaining for you. And I'm not even going to waffle, I'm going to get straight into the questions because I'm so ready. You lot asked a lot of juicy questions and I'm just buzzing to answer them. So first question, let's get right in there. Why didn't you trust Jack? It's not that I didn't trust Jack, it's because Jack was a boy and I don't trust boys. I don't trust Love Island boys, that's no offense to them. They're lovely guys and friends of mine, but I speak to them. I speak to them more than the public does and more than the public does. Well, I speak to them and they're friends of mine and they let me know that, you know, they're just there for fun. They're just there for fun. Like, boys typically aren't looking for love and, you know, if it comes around, that's great. But if not, then it's really not an issue. Whereas I think for women, we go in and we're so heavily focused on the love bit and we really want it. And so any signs that things are going slightly well, we're like, oh, this is it. And it's like, boys don't feel that way. You know, you're just another cute girl they met for the summer and it was fun. I think obviously, you know, which is a question that comes up next. I think obviously it's PTSD. It's definitely PTSD from my situation. I just know that these boys on Love Island can really act like they like you. You can really feel like this is something special. Only for them to say, you know, that's not really what it is and they're just being nice or whatever. I don't know, I can't speak for them, but I definitely was a bit weary about not just Jack, but all the guys. Secondly, Jack was open to me 2 weeks later when I came into the villa, as well as Courtney. She let me know, you know, he's open, and I thought, okay. You know, I was chatting to all the boys, and so I asked him, he said he was open. And then later on, I found out that Justine was not open and that she had said she was closed off to Mike. So that's when my brain was like, well, why is he open and she's not? So immediately I just went back to my own experience with this whole thing and feeling like a boy really liked me. Meanwhile, he was still open to getting to know other people. So that was a reason why I didn't trust him. That was a major reason why I told her to take the money at the end, because I was like, you know what? It's not gonna happen to me again. It's not gonna happen to Justine again. We're not gonna go through this. So that's where my head was at when I told her to take the money, which is another question that comes up, which I will answer. But yeah, that's why I didn't trust Jack, guys. It wasn't anything personal. It was just, you know, same old shit. But yeah, next question. Question number 2. Are you and Mitch talking still? Yeah, Mitch and I obviously still chat. He's all the way in Australia and I'm in London, and LA. So we don't really get to see each other. We're not dating or anything like that, but he's such a nice guy. Mitch actually checks up on everyone. He is such a funny person. He's always DMing and we just chat a lot. He's nice. Honestly, he's such a lovely guy. But in a relationship sense, we're just so far away from each other. And that's really that. Why was I a bit meaner / unimpressed this time around? Meaner? Was I a bit meaner? I don't know. I've not watched it because I just can't. I can't watch it. I don't really want to. I saw one clip when I was at the premiere and the way my hair was I said, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that if that's how my hair looks, which we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But let me just finish answering this question. I was unimpressed during the challenges only because I didn't want to be there. I'm just being honest, I didn't want to be there. I was having a really hard time because I was mourning a job that I got 2 weeks before going on games, and it was a dream job. I'd already signed my hold agreement with games and I couldn't break it, nor did I want to. I speak about this in depth, what job it was, all of that good stuff in my blog. I will pop it here. So I will pop it here or here. So you can just read about what job it was and why it was so sad and why I went on Love Island Games in the first place. Really, I talk about all of that. But yeah, I was just in a sad space. I knew that anything that I was going to do on there, going in 2 weeks late, was not going to amount to anything. It was just to make an appearance really and say that I was there. And I was dealing with some mental health stuff, which I actually didn't know till I got off the island, and I was like, I'm struggling, mate. Like I'm really struggling. You know, you just have that feeling. And then I realised, like, oh man, that's why I just couldn't even give it my all. I really wish that I could have given it my all and been more impressed with the challenges, but that wasn't the case. And so yeah, that's why I was mourning the loss of my dream job, and I was going in 2 weeks late knowing that nothing would amount to anything. The Islanders will tell you though, I was nice to them. I wasn't meaner to them, but yeah, when you saw me in the challenges and stuff, I was like, oh, can we get this over with? It was 5 days I was in there. Guys, I swear down, I thought I was in there for like 3 weeks, just because when your mental space is not at a good place, it just, every second really is agony, innit? Like, so yeah, that's why. Next question. Who am I not friends with from the cast? I'm friends with everyone. I'm friends with everyone. Everyone is so nice on Love Island. It's actually one of the biggest reasons that I decided, okay, I'll go back on. I love the team. I love the Islanders. Everyone's so nice and happy. So I'm not friends with anyone from the cast. How do you feel about Courtney and Imani Deb situation? Oh God. I felt really sad about the Courtney Deb situation. Let's talk about that one first, because we all were just like, what is going on when Deb decided to do that? Yeah, I think it just made me weary, because I'm like, oh shit, we really are like in games where there's no friendship things. But you know, she was really sad about it and apologetic the next day, and it was a painful thing, so we got over it quite quickly. But yeah, that was, wow. The Courtney and Imani situation, that was also so intense. If you were there, you would be like, and I know you felt it because you was watching it through the telly and everyone could feel it, but it was just a very uncomfortable situation. Yeah, I was just sat there like this, but that's because I was going through my own stuff in my own head about how I just didn't want to be there. But everyone's fine now. We're put in these highly intense situations where we have to do things that we probably never do on the outside world. So yeah, anyway, it was uncomfortable, but I think everyone's moved on now. Question. Do you think you need to split the money to stay a couple? Yes, I do. I do think that. Because if you are to take the money, say I took the money, the guy who I took it from is going to be like, what? You know, I think you do. And I think that's why most people split the money, because they're like, if I don't, then I'm basically saying I don't want the relationship. So I do think you need to split the money to stay a couple. I also think it's just the right thing to do, really, because both of you made it to the end. Like, it takes two to tango. So yeah. Who do I think was the sneakiest / game only person in the villa? Myself. I think I was the sneakiest game only person in the villa. I really went in there, guys, just with absolutely no wanting for a relationship. I didn't believe in finding love on the island, and obviously it's 3 weeks. The regular one is 6 weeks. So I was like, people don't even fall in love in 6 weeks on the regular one. So it's not going to happen on this one. So I was very, very closed off to that. And I also think it played a huge role in why I came in at the time that I came in, because I just wasn't about that life, and I wasn't lying about it. Like, to the producers and stuff, I was actually like, I'm not here for love. I'm here for the money. That's all I'm here for. I was cold, you know what I mean? And I think they was like, well, that's no fun. They still need the love aspect in it. So yeah, I think I was the sneakiest game only person. What didn't air that you wish did? Do you think as viewers we missed a lot? So these were 2 questions sort of in the same arena, I should say. I do think the viewers missed a shit ton. Actually, just so much was missed by the viewers. I had a lot of islanders just texting being like, I can't believe they didn't show this, they didn't show that, they didn't show that. It was very much so whatever the storyline was, they had to stick to that, and all of the other pieces that made it make sense, they didn't air. So, I mean, there's not enough time. There's really not enough time for them to air everything, so I get it. They just had to do the best that they could, but I think you missed a lot. What didn't air that I wish did? I mean, so much. I don't want to be messy boots. I get in so much trouble because people like to hear tea, but then when I tell their tea, they get upset. So I don't even know, like, I'm not going to speak on it. It didn't air. But there was a lot. That's all I'll say. Do you stand by what you said at the finale? So what I said at the finale was I told Justine to take the money. This is a really great question. I'm gonna say off the top, no, I do not stand by that. I don't stand by it. I don't stand by it because, you know, people would hate you. Like, let's just be real here. So many people have told me like, man, you should have taken the money, or like, we would have rooted for you if you took the money. Nah, like, people would not be happy with that. 2 of the main reasons that I told her to take the money was, 1, I wanted her to take the money and then give him some afterwards when she got the money, and just see how they're grooving and moving on in life, and then give him the money. Always give him some. So this is, let me just say it properly. You get 100K. You both are supposed to get 50K each if you choose to split the money. I think you take the 100K. When you come out, you plan to give him the whole 50K, but you just see how things go if you lot are still moving and grooving, and then, you know, if he's being a type of way or you see him for his real energy, then just give him like 20 or 30K. Like, thank you for participating, you helped me win, here's some money. I never, ever think take the money and just keep it. I never would do that, and I never would advise anyone else to do that. So when I say take the money, and when I told her to take the money, I meant take it right now. Make history. You're the only person who took the money on games. It would be just so, I thought it would be really cool. Take the money and then give him some of the money afterwards, or give him his half afterwards. So that was really why I said that. It wasn't like, take the whole money for yourself, him. No, like, that wasn't my vibe at all. That will never be my vibe. I've never been that type of woman, and I will never be that type of woman. Like I said, it takes 2 to tango. You both deserve the money equally as much. I just think she could have made history taking the money and then, like I said, giving it afterwards. That was why. Guys, my armpits are sweating. Hold on. That's so awkward. I don't know why I'm sweating. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous answering these questions. No, I'm joking. I'm not nervous at all. You know, you got the lights and it just starts getting bright and stuff. But anyway, let's mosey on. Explain the hate that Cely got. I can't explain the hate Cely got. I think you'd have to ask the people that gave her hate why they gave her so much hate. Yeah, I think you would really just have to ask the people that gave her the hate. I think, for me personally, I've got nothing against the girl. I think she's lovely. I think she's just always so happy, so bubbly, so much energy. That's the only Cely I know and got to meet. I was not there majority of the time. I came in quite late, so I don't know what they went through with her that maybe made them feel a type of way. I know they were very upset about a few things, but for me personally, I don't have anything against Cely. She's that exact person that you see on the screen, just really happy, bubbly girl. So I don't know, but again, I wasn't there majority of the time. I've heard some of the things that they've said, but that's not my place to speak on it. Again, you didn't see everything. You didn't see everything. There was a narrative, and the producers and the editors stuck to that. So that's all I've got. That's all I've got. For me, Cely is a happy, funny, just happy-go-lucky girl, and she's amazing at music. So I kept telling her on there that she's a star, and she really is. She's such a star. I think that Cely is going to be someone who blows up, honestly. I think she's going to be like Ariana Grande vibes. If she does, I said it here first. Okay, was the final cut short? Why did Aurelia have a bandage on? How long was the mega duel? These were separate questions, but I bunched them all together because obviously they fit in the same arena. Yes, the final was cut short. It was. Guys, you didn't see anything. The mega duel was so long. We was actually there from, I think, 7 p.m. We had a whole day before that as well, but we was actually there from 7 p.m. till like 8 a.m. the next morning. They sent us back to the hotel. We went to go sleep, and then we came back at, I think, 1 or 2 p.m. to film the rest. Madness thing, like absolute madness thing, guys. It was the most exhausting thing. People say reality TV people aren't working for their money, babes. They're working for their money. That's when I was like, damn, like, the money that they gave me was not for no reason. It was not for no reason. I am definitely here earning my keep, and I think we all felt that way. It was very, very long. Why did Aurelia have a bandage on her? So Aurelia had a bandage on her because I think other people have said this. There was a duel that happened. You know when you ring the bell, so it's two couples and they're fighting, like tugging at each other to go ring the bell. It was 3. So it was Callum and Deb, Justine and Jack, and Aurelia and Johnny, and all 3 of them was going at it. And it was, guys, I kid you not, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the time. I don't know, but it was 28 minutes. They was going at it for 28 minutes before they started the challenges that you lot saw. So they, I mean, I had a newfound respect for all of them. They were all just such performers. I think I even started crying watching Deb because she was just doing so well. Her and Callum was just eating. Yeah, but Aurelia, she smashed it. All of them, guys, all of them. I don't know if I could have done that one. I would have done it. Listen, I would have done it with my chest, and I would have ate down. Do you know what I mean? But but no, I'm really proud of them. So yes, the final was cut short. That's why Aurelia had a bandage, because she was in so much pain from pulling. They had like harnesses on. She was in so much pain from pulling that harness. So yeah, that's what happened. Do you feel the bombshells really had a chance against the OGs? No. Like, you could come in sort of, you know, couple up with an OG like Deb did with Callum, and that is when you would make it into the finale, but no one thinks you deserve to be there. So what's the fun in that? Do you know what I mean? And obviously the producers, they're never gonna let a bombshell or 2 bombshells come in and win. Are you joking? I don't want to see that. I'm not going to feel good winning. Secondly, the fans and the viewers don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. You want to see people who have been there from day dot and have put the time in, have put the work in, have put the skill set in, because it's Love Island Games. So I do really think that moving forwards, since it was something a lot of people happen to enjoy, I think season 2 and onwards, they need to sort out a different way to incorporate how the bombshells come in, or just have everyone come in at the same time, or whoever leaves is supposed to leave has to duel with the bombshells coming in. Do you know what I mean? So we sort of wait it out and see what's going on. I don't know. I just think that they have to think of something better, because it's not going to work the same way it worked the first time. This was their first time doing the show. I think they did an absolutely amazing job, but some adjustments need to be made. No, you do not have a chance against the OGs to be in the finale as a bombshell, because nobody wants to even see that, first and foremost. So from a production standpoint, it's not really a thing. So yeah, just going in that late, I knew I had no chance. And so that's also another reason I was so unimpressed, because I'm like, I'm supposed to act like I care when I know I have no chance of winning, and I'm just here to make an appearance. That's really what it was. It was not there to like prove myself or anything. So going in that late, I just knew with the love stories that were built, and you know, yeah, no. You do not have a chance as a bombshell going in. And I do think they should, and they will, change up something for the later seasons of games. So, yeah. Did you know when you would be going in when you signed up? No, you don't know when you're going in when you sign up. Yeah, you don't know when you're going in. You get told when you're going in literally like the day before, or the day of, you get told you're going in. You are told if you're going to be an OG or you're going to be a bombshell. They do tell you that. Well, if you're not an OG, you know. I actually was originally supposed to be an OG. I was originally supposed to be a starter. I did all of the, what was it? What was it called? It was called Masters. So they're called your Masters interviews, the interview where you see like the person being, and you saw that, you actually saw that in the previews that they put of Love Island Games coming up. You saw me and I said, let's do this. That was my Masters interview. I was wearing such a cute outfit. I shot everything, and in those Masters interviews they asked me who was my type, if I was excited to find love, and guys, I was just such a Debbie Downer. I was like, no, not like, I'm not here for love. I'm not dating any mixed race boys. I'm not da-da-da. And they was just like, damn, like, we don't have anything with you. So I actually do think that that is why they decided to use me as an anchor and put me at the end. So it could be like, well, you're not a starter. So you're going to be in the end, you don't care about the love and stuff, so you're going to be at the end. Do you know what I mean? Because they need a love story, guys. And I was not, they weren't me. So yeah. Next question. Were you disappointed going in so late? Did you feel defeated? I did feel defeated, of course. I think anyone going in that late felt defeated. You're going through the mine stuff in the hotel where everyone's literally been filming for 2 weeks. So you know that you're going in there with so many stories that you have no idea. You don't know people's connections. You know you have no chance of winning. So for me personally, I did feel defeated, but at the same time, I knew that I wasn't there for love and I wasn't there for that stuff. And I really, like I said, I wasn't doing my best mentally. So I went in there just like, whatever. I didn't care, and it gave me this really bad attitude. And, you know, people in there, they knew I didn't have a bad attitude because I'd be joking around with them and stuff. But, you know, when you saw me at the challenges and that, I was just over it because I knew nothing I was doing was, you know, gonna amount to anything, I guess. So in that sense, yeah, I kept saying, and I think everything that I was saying manifested, which is why we need to take manifestation very seriously. I kept saying, you know what? The least that I have to do, the least days I have to spend in there, the least amount of challenges I got to do, I kept saying that type of stuff. And that's what happened. I was in there the least amount of days. I had to do the least amount of challenges. I also didn't have the chance to win. I also didn't have the chance to be that spunky, happy person that I know that my fans and supporters wanted to see. And for that reason, I am disappointed that I went in so late, because I do think that despite what my mental health was, had I gone in from day dot, I would have had a better energy about it, because it's like you feel like you have a chance to win. You feel like you have a chance to really play the game the way that it's supposed to be played and give that energy and connect with someone, not love, but connect with someone just in a better way, and you know, have fun with that. And I didn't get to do that. So in that sense, I will say I am disappointed with how late I went in, even though I manifested that position, because I didn't get to be that Zeta that you lot know that I am, that you saw in season 4 of my season. I didn't get to be that person, and I do think had I been an OG, I would have found that Zeta even through my depression. I would have found her and performed as such. So for that reason, I'm disappointed that I didn't get to show the happy me and the me that's excited to crack on with boys and the possibility of winning. You know, I think when you have those elements, it makes you more excited. So yeah, I was disappointed going in that late, even though that's what I wanted at the time, because I was depressed. But anyway, do you think you did better season 4, and what were the differences? Yes, I definitely did much better season 4. The differences were I was extremely excited to be on Love Island on season 4. I was so hopeful of finding someone that I would connect with. As you know, I thought I was gonna probably meet my husband. And I was just very excited about the whole experience as a whole. So those were the differences. That's all I'll say. Those were the differences. And also you had to be so, you didn't have to be conniving, but you had to just have your head on straight, because you slip or, you know, you show too much love and it will be used against you.
Show no love. Love will get you killed.
It wasn't my thing. Games wasn't my thing. What's one lesson you took from the experience? Such a great question. I think I learned a lot about life in general and just where you are. I think it was actually a positive thing for me to go through, where, you know, my work and my job is on screen and on camera. So I think it was a learning experience for me to really realise that when your mental is not at its strongest or where it should be, you can jeopardise your image, your public image. You can jeopardise, you know, just the experience that you give to yourself and other people. And I also learned in there that, you know, this is the game of life. Of course, we was on Love Island Games, but this is the game of life. And although we wouldn't be in certain experiences in life that we were on in games, it's still representative of the things that we do for money, how we change up, how we switch up, when there's competition involved. And I think that was a very huge learning curve for me. So I took multiple lessons from the experience, and that's great. It's great to always learn something. So yeah. Alright guys, so on that note, I'm actually going to bring this to a close. This is going to be our part 1 of the video, and then I'm going to have a part 2 of the video. So if you want to hear more of these Love Island Games questions, make sure that you tune in for part 2, which is going to be just as interesting. I actually had so much fun shooting this, so I ended up answering so many questions, and if I put them all in one part, you probably get so exhausted. It would probably be like an hour and a half long. So I'm going to cut it here, make this part 1, and I will release part 2 for you very, very shortly. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope that you enjoyed it. I love you millions for it, and I will see you in part 2.